Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Chair Yoga. Let's begin our transition process with some nice breath work. So I'm going to ask you to, sit up tall, get your place in your chair that feels very balanced in your pelvis. You start to change gears within your own mindset that you're coming into the experience of your body. Maybe take a deep breath or two to, again, just see if you can't connect with the experience of your body. And it's like a intentional way of letting go of what you were just doing, what you were just experiencing, and coming instead into the fullness of this here and now. Close your eyes when you're comfortable doing that. It's just a great way to take that inner view. And while you do that, eyes closed, sitting up tall, taking your deeper breaths so you feel more aware of your breathing. We breathe, of course, all the time, but we're not aware of it. We don't really pay attention to the in and the out and just how it feels in our body. So it kind of has a tendency to get shallow when it's neglected like that. So watch how your breath starts to deepen because you're now paying attention to it. But also what I'd like you to do is change the expression on your face. Make a little smile. Make a little smile and just notice how just that adjustment, just sitting up, your deeper breath, you give yourself an inner smile. And think of it that way. This isn't for anybody else. That smile is for you. That smile is for the inside of you, if you will. And see if that doesn't feel that lightness of being, how that brings us into that experience of lightness of being. And then steady that breath now, bringing your full awareness to it. So here's where we start participating in the breath. We start by just becoming aware of its natural flow. And then we layer on our own participation with the breath. So that's what's the true pranayama. And I want you to try that as an alternate nostril breath. Breathe in through your left side, breathe out through your right nostril. Using your thumb or fingers if you like to. Not necessary though. You can do that with intention. So let's start with left inhale, right exhales for us. Just kind of focus, stay focused. Don't overthink or worry about it. Just a gentle approach of alternate nostril breathing to balance. It's a great way of centering ourselves and balancing our energies. So we're still inhaling left and exhaling right. Inhaling left and then exhaling right. Stay right. Let's take an inhale through the right side and we'll shift. Exhale left now. Inhaling right and exhaling left. All with the intention of just balancing out, bringing a more specific breath practice into our transition. Inhaling right, exhaling left. Stay with it a couple more. Remember to go all the way in and then go all the way out. Great. Now let's take a big breath in through the nose, just both nostrils. Inhale. Exhale like a sigh. Ah. Let's do that again. A cleansing breath in, big breath, and a big breath out. Ah. Excellent. All right, I'm going to join you on the chair. We'll get started with some movement associated with our breath as well. Block. Everybody be sure you have your block, and we're going to use that between the thighs. The purpose of the block is awareness. It brings you aware of the core strength that exists by bringing that inner thigh action up into the perineum and then up from the perineum all the way up into the abdominal wall. So I love the block. I use it in every practice I do, whether it's on the chair or on the mat. I like to use the block as a reference point and obviously for some support and various other things, but it's a good one for that. So give yourself a little squeeze into the block so you're aware of that this is intentional. It's not for decoration. We got it there for a reason. Let's turn palms up on our lap, bring your elbows in close to your waistline, and then lower your gaze. So you're not looking at the screen, but you don't have your eyes closed either. So you're looking at the floor, so your eyelids will be fairly well closed. And let's let that be your focal point. Palms are open to receive the benefits and the blessings of this practice. So we're going to take a moment now in a meditative state. In this posture is a very commonly used way to hold yourself when you're doing a meditation practice. So deepen your own breath. Find how you can smooth it out on your own with your own technique by layering your participation in with the breath. And set your intention for class today. What do you need from this yoga that you showed up for? Maybe one word, maybe it's just fuzzy, but you get the general idea. That's going to be great. That's all you need. And so it is. Stay here now, gazing at the floor, softening the mouth now, relaxing where you can. Let's find the balance between ease and effort. Put a little effort into the way you're holding your feet, that you're pressing into the floor or a mat, so you feel like you're making an impression there. And then feel how that engages more muscles of your legs, and move your way and your awareness up into your legs to feel it all the way through as it engages with the block. And bring your awareness into the perineum. That's the floor of your pelvis that you're lifting. Just being aware that there's a huge source of support from toning that, from holding that up into the abdominal wall. Lift up your chest, your whole chest cavity. I'm talking rib cage here. And feel how that lifts and lengthens through your back body. Now see if you can dial down. Everything dials down just one notch. There's that balance between ease and effort. Strong and purposeful, yes, but no gripping, no tenseness that we can't maintain. It doesn't foul up our ability to breathe in and out, but it's strong and it's purposeful. All right, let's move. Inhale up, palms come together overhead. Look up if that works for you. Exhale now as you bow to your heart. Inhale back up and exhale into the T position. Arms are extended with no bend in the elbow. Open up your hands wide. Stretch your fingers apart like a starfish here. Feel the strength of that. Just what we've done so far. Strong arms, no bend. Reaching out. You're lengthening your arms as much as you possibly can. And you stretch your hands apart. You stretch your fingers apart. Those arms are rotated so the thumb can point back. Press your feet to the floor. See if you can find abdominal strength to hold this, to hold your arms extended in a T. Let's see if you can use abdominal strength as your primary source of energy here. Can you feel that? Abdominal strength. Abdominals is in the belly area. It's also in the side. So you're trying to fire up, use that core strength that we often refer to as the abdominal strength. Excellent. Now flip your hands so the palms are facing forward and make a diagonal line with your arms, but you got to check it out. Make sure they are in a same plane. You don't have one arm in front of the other. Your arms are extended in the same plane. Push your feet to the floor. Let's look up. Now, not only look up by turning your head and making your face turn in a way so you can look up, use your eyeballs to roll around. Look back. So I'll just give you that you're going to use your eyeballs here. You're going to use this posture right now to move your eyes, the actual eyeballs. Now, notice what it did to your breath. If you're bringing your awareness to something very different, like rarely do you roll your eyeball. So you might be holding your breath. So we got to combine it all. You're still consistent with the fullness of breath, and you're moving your eyes, as well as how you've got your head lifted. So we're getting a lot going on here. Our neck is getting a stretch. And we're also into the eyeballs. This all is in service of, well, I shouldn't say all, but well, I think that's fair. That's fair. In service of the vagus nerve, that we're just tending to that vagus nerve. Now bring your head back to its neutral position and take a glance down the other way. Let's see if we can hold the arms in the very same diagonal reach, but turn your head now. For me, when I'm turning my head in this direction, it doesn't want to move. This is a tight area of my neck, so I got to really work the neck. This is very purposeful for me. Trying to ease it over there. I found that that is so much better to ease. Don't ever just try to push and shove it in there like that means I'm a strong yogi because I'm really working that. I know I don't believe that, and it's never worked in my body. So ease your way in if you're finding tension in either way, looking up or looking down. I just happen to experience it myself. Hey, but also let's get the eyeballs. So now we're looking the other way. The eyeballs are rolling the other way, down and back behind you, but it's the other way. Consistency with your breath. Keep working it. This is it's always kind of in motion. We're always sort of shaping, turning, finding, exploring. Exhale completely. Let's get both arms up. Just reach up. No bend in the elbow and come all the way down. Nice and easy. Let's just wait. Let's get your arms to have a little rest here. You sit up nice and tall. Let's not lose the intentionality of our opening poses here. Stay tall. Feel your feet. Big breath in and out. Inhale back up. And let's find the diagonal line going the other way. Remember, check it. Make sure your arms are in a single plane. Hands are opened up like starfish. Spread your fingers apart. You feel a stretch in the palms. Now we're going to lift up, look up to the hand that's reaching up. You got to turn your head. You got to stretch your neck. And we're also rolling our eyes. Now this will be different because we're rolling up and back, whereas just a moment ago, we were over here on this side, but we were down and back with those eyeballs. And we're not here long, so you can do it. You can do it. Just do what you can, introducing the movement of not only your head, your neck, but also rolling your eyeballs and just experiencing that. Don't give up on your breath. Stay with it. There's always movement. You can always feel, oh, like I was scrunching my shoulders up. I got to drop those down again. Let's gently move our head back to its neutral position. And we're going to turn the other way. We're looking to the hand that's reaching down. Rotate it as much as you're able. And include your eyeballs. Feet to the floor. You're squeezing your block. You're letting your abdominals help you hold this posture. Breathing all the way in and out. Don't forget your eyeballs are rolling back, down and out, back. Feel that in your head. Feel that in the backs of your eyes. Beautiful. Gently bring your head back to neutral, both arms up. Straight arms up, real close to your head. Reach up, push your feet. It's like you're doing a full body stretch. You want to feel your leg muscles engage. You want to feel more length in your side body. Now, when we exhale, let's go really slow with that. Dropping the arms right alongside your body, alongside the frame of the chair, but it's super slow so we can feel the letting go. It's a great experience. Now just hold that. Turn your hands so palms are facing in toward the frame of the chair. Lift your chest up. Catch up with your breath now. Let's move into our cow and cat vinyasa. So pull your arms straight back. I'm still holding my hands kind of open, just an idea if you're looking for ways to be intentional about how you're holding your hands. Arms and hands are really close to the frame of the chair. Chest, chest, chest now. Feeling the arch of the back body. I'm going to turn. You don't need to do anything. I like to just give it that side view so we can all kind of remember what we're doing here. Arching the back body, head is real neutral. Really arch it, really stretch into your back, shoulder blades drawing toward the center. We're going to move into the cat pose. So grab hold of your kneecaps, arms stay straight. Now pull away from that. You're going to keep your hands and arms exactly where they were, but the midsection of your back is rounding. You're dropping your chin towards your chest. You're trying to round and create a dome. Really try to get it to feel like you are their maximum capacity here. This is the most I can stretch and round. Breathing in and breathing out. So using that technique, we're going to stay with that as we come back to center. Now we flow with it. The inhale brings us into the cow, and the exhale will take us into our cat. Make sure you still feel balanced in your pelvis. Squirm around, make an adjustment if you need to. Maybe you slip too far back in your chair. Let's just stay with it. We'll just make our adjustments along the way. Nice and easy about your mouth. You know, sometimes when we're concentrating, we grit the teeth, bear down. Be soft about how you're holding your facial muscles, including your mouth. This is the vinyasa flow that really starts to energize us. And we're really pumping energy throughout the body now. Take it nice and slow, an easy, full breath. So you can really create both poses, like the best job ever, because you had time to create that shape. Last round, do your whole movement through both poses. And when we come upright, we're going to lift those arms all the way up, palms facing forward, just lift up. Inhale here, exhale, we'll create a back bend with that W shape. So you're really arching your back. It's going to feel a lot like a little part of you is doing a cow pose again. Let's pay attention to how we're holding our head here. So some of us might be able to really lift up, lift your chin up, lift your face, lift up in that back bend because your neck is so agreeable to that. If your neck isn't agreeable, you can just do a slight adjustment by just holding your head in its neutral position, and then you can still do a back bend. So see what's available in your body. You know, like we're trying to go to our maximum ability here. Beautiful. Let's let the arms reach up. Now turn your hands. So now the palms of your hands flipped, and you can bring your fingertips towards your back body. We're getting our upper arms as close to the head as possible without ducking. So keep your head elevated. Your arms and hands can do the adjusting, so your head doesn't have to do that adjusting. Now just see if you can just switch from one hand to the other, lifting up. Steady that breath. Might be a little noisier. It's okay if that happens. It's actually just fine and dandy when that happens. Remember, holding our head up but not ducking. So I can really feel that I've got to bring some awareness to that. It's like, oh, am I holding my head okay? So there's some tension. See if you can get real natural about the way that head is being held in its upright position. Let's keep the fingers touching in the back, and we're going to move the elbows now. So the movement comes from the elbows. Go all the way down and then all the way back up. I mentioned that because I don't know why it seems sort of tempting to kind of take a shortcut here. So let's go all the way down and then come all the way back up. Last time on each side. And then shoot those arms all the way up. Flip your hands so palms are facing forward again. Inhale here. Exhale into the T. Inhale up, palms face forward. Exhale, flip your hands so the thumb points back. Now we're going to alternate the way we're turning our head. So turn one way, come back up, turn the other way. Try to keep your head neutral. You're not dipping or lifting. Your head feels neutral to you. Neck feels neutral to you. Last time. Come back up. Let's bend those elbows into that nice goddess position. So bent elbows. And then see if you can take that very same shape and bring them around front and back. So the shape is the same. We're just moving them. Some of you know what's coming. We're going to turn the head just like we did a moment ago. And the way we're going to turn our head is the way of our front arm. So if your left arm is in front, that's the way you turn your head. So see if you can find that pattern of movement, a little brain teaser here. We're going to connect the mind body. You can do it. I think it's useful to find a rhythm of your breath. Inhale and exhale. And that's where you turn. Inhale, you're up into the neutral position. And exhale is when you're turning and you've got your arms alongside your body, front and back. Stay with me. We're going to do one little shift. So see if you can bring your arms up top instead of, and then come all the way down. Switch. So the other arm is in front. Notice I didn't include the turn of the head. You know why? I don't think I can do it. I don't trust that I can lead you in that. So we're going to just concentrate on switching the arms around. I think I might have lost my way here. But so that you're switching from what arm's in front when you're doing this up overhead, you're going to let that be the same thing as you're crossing over down along your body. Excellent. Let's come all the way down now and we'll do some shoulder rolls to get out of that. Let's get the block underneath the chair, give ourselves a little more room between our legs. Let's keep up with those shoulder rolls. Stay with the same direction, up, back, and down, up, back, and down, rolling those shoulder blades along with the help of your upper arms. Rolling those shoulder blades back and down. Now try one at a time. Again, a little more of a brain teaser. It takes more focus. It takes a little more coordination. One at a time. And now we're going to change the direction of the shoulder roll. Those one at a time shoulder rolls are coming forward. And we're going to add a swimming stroke. So you're going to just take a whole swing of the arm and a turn of the head. Now, if you prefer to do this with your legs in some other position closer together or some other, you can make the adjustment to your lower body so you feel balanced and able to move through this swimming stroke. Catch up with your breath. So the pace of this stroke is yours to match up to the way you're breathing. Excellent. Let's come back to neutral. Shrug and release. Shrug and release. And one more time, a big shrug. Hold it, squeeze, and release. Let's take a forward fold now. So coming all the way down, 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 down. See if you can get enough space between your legs that your shoulders and your arms can tuck inside your legs. Keep your eyes open and look down and under the chair, and then focus your gaze. Look at something down there. Focus your eyeballs so you're concentrating. You're not just wandering around with your eyes. You're just focused and feeling your body fold into itself, feeling the stretch in the low back, into the buttocks, into your hips. Deepen the breath, surrendering the weight of our head with each breath, even if it's just slightly. Can you get a hold of your block under there? Get a hold of your block, bring it out front. So now you've got that high side of your block pulling away from the chair as far as you can, and yet you're still seated on the chair. So that kind of gives you an idea of how far away we are. Neutralize the way you're holding your head. Don't look at the screen, look at the block. Make sure it feels like the back of your head is in line with your spine. So you're propping your head up enough that the back of the head feels aligned with your back body by way of the spine. Move that block off center, go way over toward the right side of you. And that means you're going to have to twist at your waist. That's what we're trying to accomplish. We move off center so we feel a little twisting action in the waist and in the trunk of the body. Keep your pelvis balanced. Don't lift up on one side. Say, the foundation is our pelvis connected to that chair. Move to center. Steady that breath and move the other way. We want to twist the other way. So I'm holding my block the same way, and it's high side, back of the head, neck and spine in alignment. That means you're managing the weight of your head. You've got to kind of prop your head up here. Deepen the breath. Want to feel it in your belly. Good. Let's come back to center. Scoot that block underneath the chair again. Fold all the way down, looking down and underneath your chair. Find that spot you looked at. One breath. Then one hand at a time will jump to your thighs, squeeze your elbows into your waist. Let's meet in a half lift. So your body's in a diagonal line. We're going to work the perineum here. Press your hands into your thighs and start pulling in through those inner seams of your pant leg. That's the experience of your legs that you're trying to find. Pull in and up as you start to float the pelvic floor off of that chair seat. So it's a lift and hold on your inhale. Exhale, release. Lift and hold, squeeze in. You're working hard on that inhalation. Exhale is resting. Release it. Keep working it. Elbows stay drawing in towards your waist. It's like we're drawing all our energy in toward that central channel. Soften your mouth, no tongue pushing into the roof of the mouth. Back of the head, neck and spine should be in alignment. So don't let your head droop. It should be propped up so it's in line with your spine. Can you feel how your legs, you push into your feet to enable that real strong lift? Yep. Two more, stay with it. Lift and hold, squeeze and hold, release, and do it again. Let's spread our arms away from us like wings, so palms facing down, fingertips reaching back, chest, chest, chest. Lift your chest up so you can lift your head up to look straight on out. So you're going to feel a cow shape in your back, that arch. Let your legs really help support that. Your legs engaging now as you press down, that's going to stabilize your low back. Push your legs your feet into the floor, then lift yourself all the way up. Exhale into that back bend. Inhale up, straight arms, back bend. Good. As we come together, bring our arms to the neutral position. Let's open and close here. I want you to really feel contraction now. Squeeze your arms. It's like you've got some spongy kind of a ball right in there, and you're squeezing into that. So you feel this resistance because of that mind-body connection. You can tell yourself there's some resistance here, and sure enough, your body is feeling that. You feel engagement or contraction, I should say, really feel contraction in those arm muscles. Open. Now we're going to drop the fingers down and back up. Excellent. Interlace your hands now. Let your palms face out. Interlace fingers, palms facing out. See if you can plug your shoulders. You know, sometimes we can pull too far away. I want you to get your arms, I should say, your arm bones right into the plug of your arm socket, of your shoulder socket, and then lift up. So don't go far. Don't come out of that socket. So nice stretch for your hands, for your wrists. We're going to do a little tick tock, and you reach those palms up. Keep your arms as close to your head and try to move with each rhythm of movement. You're not going to hold it at all. You're going to come right down and up, side stretching. Arms as close to your head as you can keep them. Stay connected to your breath. Committed. You got to stay committed to that, don't you? You got to stay committed to the breath awareness. One more on each side. Come all the way out. Release your interlaced hands. Open and close your hands. Open, close, stretch your hands. Go slow as you bring those strong arms down alongside the chair's frame. Maybe your feet come a little closer together. Let's get into some movement through our joints of the lower body. We got the upper body pretty worked out. Let's start by moving through our ankle now, circling your foot. Let's go 5 circles one way and 5 circles the other. My practice in this is I have a heavy leg here. I want to keep working my arm muscles. So I have a heavy leg and I'm holding that leg with the strength of my arms. If you want to do that, I encourage you. So if you've done your 10 circles, then it's time to move up into your knee. So it's your shin bone that just starts making circles in one direction. We're going to go 5 in one direction. You're going to count yourself. Count for your own movement here, 5 in one. So you've done 10 circles through the knee joint. And when we come into the hip, I want you to hug in, grab hold of your shin, pull way in, flex your foot, and then just kind of move that drawn in, a very bent knee. You're moving it from center to off center. Now, if you can do it other ways, holding on with both hands to your shin is one way. If you kind of like this movement done a little differently, I want you to be creative about that. Stay with it now, a few more external rotations. And then we're going to do an internal rotation. So that means you're going to try to jump over. You're going to have to lift your heel up a little bit so you can clear your standing leg. Internal rotation. Excellent. Let's come back, like nice big hug in, bring it in, and then bring that leg back to the floor. Take a moment to reset your body. If there's anything you still need to do, catch up with your breath. Side 2. So we're going to start by, how did I hold it? We're going to want to move through the ankle joint. So you're going to circle 5 in one way and 5 in the other. Oh, that was it. I'm holding underneath because I want to use my arm strength. Yeah. So find your 10 circles here. Pay attention. Maybe you have to catch up with your breath, a noisy breath here and there. Need 10 circles now for your knee joint. So it's your shin bone that's drawing the circles. You're in charge of counting. 5 going one way, 5 going the other. So don't pay attention to me. I cannot be, you can't trust what I'm doing. So you find your own movement. When you finished your 10, let's move into the hip. So here's where you're going to grab hold of your shin, really hug your thigh and your knee up into your chest. Let's flex that foot and externally rotate it. Now move it away from center. So you're in, the thigh bone is what's connected to that hip socket. So we're just rotating that thigh bone out to the external side of our body here. However, like I said, be creative how you're doing it. We want to keep ourselves upright. So don't cave in. And we're going to add an internal rotation too. So you got to get a little higher with your foot so you can bring that leg through the center over. So find that internal rotation as well. Excellent. Now we can just cross legs. Just lay that on top, cross your legs, make sure you're centered here. Nice and centered toward the front end of the chair. You don't want to be in the pit of your chair. You want to be nice and supported up front. Let's get real tall, real vertical with the spine. We're going to twist toward that top leg. Take a big lift up just to stretch out, just to lengthen through your side body. And then we're turning toward that front leg, that top leg, I should say, and creating our twist. Now you know how to do it. Your arms now change what they're doing. They're holding you into this twist. That back hand can be holding onto the chair or pressing into your back. Feel real quick, feel the balance of your sit bones, that you feel equally distributed in both sides, left to right of your sit bones. Pay attention to your breath and let it fuel your twist, because we're going to stay here and play with this twist so you can really feel it open up for you. Full inhale and full exhale will really help to get more space. Make sure you're holding your mouth softly, your facial muscles are relaxed. There's no reason for them to be tight. Let's unwind the head first and then our shoulders and our arms, and we'll simply switch the other side now. Center that. So you're squeezing your legs together, and this is sort of centered in the chair. Feel your sit bones right now. Maybe I should have mentioned that earlier on, but let's really make sure we feel balanced right to left. So when we begin, we're already halfway there, right? Turning now to the other side, side two. New experience, different direction. Your body's got to do a whole different set of adjustments here for this twist. So stay alert. Deepen the breath. Use your chair or not. Keep your legs squeezing toward that midline. The squeeze is what's a stable, it's creates a nice foundational support for your twist. We start to get a little more picky, don't we? Because we've done this a long time. We can make adjustments so our shoulder blades are dropping. We can feel space around the neck, no crunching up those upper shoulders in toward the neck and ears. We know better and we can do better. Let's exhale completely in the twist. And then we're going to turn the head out of the twist. And then the shoulders and the arms out of the twist. And both feet come to the floor. Let's rock and roll to come into standing. So lift your feet up high, roll, rock yourself up out of the chair. Let's do at least 3 of those. Take your time, get way up. We're going to meet in a chair position. That means you're going to bring your legs together. And it feels like you're just hovering yourself off that chair seat. See if you can bring your arms in front of you. So the deeper, the lower, you can bring your bottom back toward the chair, the deeper you're going to feel that strength in your thighs. But in any event, we're pulling our body weight away from our knees. Let's lift all the way up. Notice how I brought my legs close together. I've got my legs together like a mermaid. Let's try that again. This time hands will be in the prayer position. You're hovering your bottom off of the chair. It feels like you're going to sit down, but not quite. Hold it there. Squeeze your legs. Come on up. Take a pause. This one's going to include the twist. So hands are in the prayer position. If you want to watch it to make sure you know what I'm saying, you're going to squat into that chair, and then you're going to drop your elbow onto the outside of your thigh, turning your head, squeezing your legs together. Come back to center. Don't come up yet. And to go the other way, side two, other twist. Connect with your breath. Keep your hands in the prayer position. Come back to center. Let's come all the way up, all the way up. Palms are together overhead. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow at your heart. Inhale up and exhale all the way down. Now let's open our feet a little wider. This is the mountain position. And I'm going to encourage you to use your block to come between your lower legs. Shins will draw in. Palms face forward. Let's get strong with the belly. Pull in. There's going to be a soft bend of the knee. And again, don't close your eyes this time. Just lower your eyelids. Look at the floor. So it's more discipline. We're still trying to take that inner gaze, but we're going to do it with a little more interference. You know, we've got eyes open. We could be completely letting ourselves kind of move out of what we're doing right now and start being, you know, finding the interference that that does. Instead, we're going to discipline ourselves to stay tuned in to the breath moving through the entire body. And that we can do that with our eyes just half closed. Let your body talk to you now. How to be stronger, better positioned, little tweaks, little adjustments, maybe just for the pure comfort of it. Usually the comfort of it is the best guide you can follow. This is a full body breath. Eyes are not all the way closed. We're looking down. Just using more discipline to stay focused. Stay focused. Exhale completely. Let's get the eyes back, open and out. And I'm going to go ahead and grab hold of that block, take a little wider stance, and we're going to use it to move around. So you're going to shift your weight from side to side and get your arms to carry that block all the way around. At the level, the height of this, that feels right for your body. So some of you might be circling around your hips with this. Some of you are up towards your shoulders a little bit more. So find the way that you can do it feels good to you, feels fun to you. You feel a nice movement around. Got to pay attention now. Mind-body connection. I want you to switch the way you're handing off. So you're just changing the direction of the movement, just handing off the other way. Maybe now you change how high up your arms are. Just that's okay. You're just finding, again, a rhythm of movement, what feels good in your body. And you notice how your hips are just rocking from side to side. Your body weight is shifting from side to side. Excellent. Let's come forward now. Feet are hips distance apart. Let's get that block up. So now our legs are hips distance apart. Can you feel how aligned you are? It's like our arms are in line with our legs. Hold your head in a very neutral position. And we're going to drop that block behind the head. Keep squeezing the block a little bit. Elbows always squeeze in. Don't open your elbows wide. They're always going to squeeze toward the middle. Now lay it right up against the back of your head. And now we're going to create a little hammock. So the block provides a lot of support for the back of the head. I'm going to turn to the side. You don't need to do anything. And create a back bend now. Lift your chest up, chest up. Your head and neck are very well supported because you got the block. I'm kind of holding the block with my fingers, but hold it however it feels natural to you to now intentionally open up your wings wide open. Those arms are wide open like wings. And you're lifting up your chest, 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 chest. Invites the laying of the head back into the block. Deepen your breath. Squeeze your thighs as though you've got another block and you're squeezing that inner thigh so you know you're supporting your low back. You're stabilizing your low back by squeezing the inner thighs like as if you've got a block there. Let's deepen the breath. Excellent. Come all the way up, and all the way down. See if you can hold on to the block. Bend the knees a little bit, set it on the floor all the way down. Keep your hands on the block, look down and underneath yourself. I'm still holding my block. I could pick it right up because I'm holding it as if I'm just ready to pick it right up. Let your head hang as low as you're able to allow. It's like you're trying to stretch the top of your head toward the block. You're inviting that. Just invite. Big breaths in and out. Now let your hands come to your thighs. You're above your knees. Your hands are on your thighs, kind of like we do when we're coming into the work of the perineum. Get your hands on your thighs, squeeze your elbows in towards your waist. Now bend your knees and arch your back like you're in your cow pose. Chest, chest, chest. Feel the arch of your back. Can you create a curve so you can, standing up, we can do the same movement of the cow and the cat? I think it takes the awareness for me is the movement of the pelvis. You're tucking and tilting. So I'm tucking as I'm rounding my back and tilting when I come into that extension of the cow. Tuck and tilt the pelvis. You know, kind of use your tailbone. Tuck the tailbone, tilt, lift up the tailbone. Last time, tuck and tilt. Let's come all the way up, all the way up. Palms will come together. Look up. Exhale at the heart. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. And you know what we're going to do is do those L shapes with our arms, the right angle. Inhale up. Switch. Okay, add the turn of the head. It goes toward the front arm. Smooth out your breath. Just see if you can pick up the pace. Stay with it. Your pace, you get to choose. Last time. Let's get our arms alongside the body in our traditional mountain pose. Big breath in and out. Good. Let's do some folds. I'm going to move my block out of the way now. And let's position our chair so we can use the seat of the chair to step back into a downward facing dog. So hands are on the chair's seat. Start walking back. Make sure your feet are straight and they are parallel to each other. Now this is kind of part of the way of noticing your advancement in your own practice is how far back you can step and still keep yourself in the beautiful pose. You know, the more we step back, the more we're asking of our body in terms of stretch, strengthen through those legs and stretch into those hamstrings and calves. Distance between your hands should match the distance between your feet. Just remind you every time that it is not the chair that's holding you up, it's your legs. So we're using the chair so we can have a place of reference to extend our arms along, helps us lengthen a little better, but that's not holding you up. The legs are. Try to straighten your legs. Try to push into that. Just give yourself a little effort. Just like, I'm just going to try hard here for maybe one breath. Push into the heels. As you start to walk toward the chair, your right foot is going to take the lead. So you scissored your legs. Use the chair legs to align your feet. So you've got at least that distance between your feet. The chair legs serve very well in that regard. We're going to bend into the front knee. Keep the back heel down if you can. And if you can't, don't worry about it. If you can keep that back heel down, great. But if you can't, just let it be. Pull in the belly, chest is open. Inhale up. Palms face each other. We've got mitten hands on. We're pulling those thumbs back. Invite a little back bend. You know, you could quickly come around to the other side of the chair. You know, I hope that we're savvy enough about our own practice and our needs for support of that chair. So I'm doing it without touching the chair, but some people prefer that they always have this chair for support. So believe me, I encourage you to do that. Hands come together. Inhale with me. Exhale at our heart and we bow there. Inhale up. Exhale, your hands come back to the chair. Just take a pause here. And then step back into another down dog. Deepen the breath and start straightening out. You're just working on straightening those legs, really stretching through your calves, back of the head, neck and spine in alignment. So I always pull my chin in toward my throat. That kind of neutralizes that. Be curious about other parts of your body. We can all feel this stretch in our buttocks and we can feel it in our legs. How's your shoulders doing? Any adjustment you need to make so you're not crowding yourself around your ears, but you're getting space around your neck? One more deep breath here, full breath out. Start walking toward the chair, left foot, side two. We're going to take our other foot forward, just step. Use the chair legs to help guide you as far as how far apart your feet are. Nice and easy, bring yourself up. Back heel stays down if possible. There's a nice bend in the front leg, no bend in the back. Hip headlights shining right toward the chair. Let's bring hands together at the prayer position of the heart. This time, hands are going to stay together. As we lift up, palms are going to stay together. That's going to change things a bit. Your shoulders have to make an adjustment. Keep letting those shoulder blades slide back. So your awareness is into that shoulder socket, how you're adjusting those arm bones so that you can extend your arms straight. Deepen the breath. And as we bring our hands back to the chair seat, we're going to take a pause here. Front knee stays bent. Keep your head elevated. Don't look down. We want to manage that heavy head. Step back, downward dog. Deepen the breath. Keep straightening out the backs of your legs. Start walking now toward the chair. So you're more like tabletop. In other words, your shoulders have come over your hands. You've got your arms extended like table legs. And now we can lift one foot at a time to circle around and then push back. Bend the knee so you can circle your ankle. I should have said ankle, sorry. And push your foot back. Bring that knee up and circle at the ankle. And push back and hold it now. We got a leg up in the air. We have a 3-point balance, both of your hands and one foot and leg. Those are the points of holding you, so you got one leg that can go airborne. Let's get that foot to the floor. If you need a break and you want to stand up, please take a little break, reset. Otherwise, we're going to go to side two where we bend the knee and we just circle that ankle. And then we take that leg and just push it back. Bent knee, circle the ankle. Straighten the leg and push it back. Last time, circle that ankle. This time when we push it back, we're going to hold it. Keep your toes pointing down toward the floor. 3-point balance. Manage the weight of your head. Deepen your breath. Both feet to the floor. Take a little squat now to bring yourself upright. Take a little squat, bend the knees quite a bit, and bring yourself up one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to standing. Inhale. Exhale at your heart. Inhale up and exhale all the way down. All right, get your second chair. It's time for Shavasana. We'll set it up. good time to take a drink. Just kind of hydrate and reset yourself so you can really enjoy your resting time. I worked up a bit of a sweat here. So we're using the chair, of course, to its advantage. We really want to lean into it, feel the support of it. This should feel good. So if there's something that doesn't feel good, you just keep working on it. Get something else. Maybe you need to do something different, because we want to be in a position that feels very comfortable for us. That's the whole point here. Very well supported, very much a place of ease in our body. Close your eyes all the way down as soon as you're able. And then soften your hands, your feet, your belly. Feel yourself really resting back into the chair's backrest. And then no longer do we need to overlay our participation in the breath. We're surrendering the breath to its own rhythm, but we're not going to lose touch with the awareness of it. So we stay really committed to the experience of our breath. We're just no longer trying to manipulate it in any way. It's always been a point of interest to me. I don't know if any of you find the same curiosity about this, such a strong emphasis on the breath. Pay attention to the breath. Why is that such a big deal? And what I've come to realize in my own practice is it's a touchstone. My awareness of my breath is my awareness that I'm alive. I'm aware of the magnificence of this body. My heart is beating, my breath is keeping me engaged in this world. And there's an essence about it. There's this essence of a power and intelligence working on my behalf. And I find it humbling. And, I'm awestruck by it. And I come to that, all of that, because I just notice my breath. Remember to follow it throughout its breathing, throughout the inhale, however long that might be, and throughout its exhale. I'm going to invite you to layer your palms, palm over palm, at your chest bone. So we're at the heart center, palm laying over palm. And I'm going to move through and talk through the loving kindness or the metta meditation. May I be safe and protected. May I be happy and at peace. May I be healthy and strong. May I live with ease. May you be safe and protected. May you be happy and at peace. May you be healthy and strong. And may you live with ease. May all people everywhere, every person, every being, be safe and protected. May they too be happy and at peace. May they be healthy and strong. May all people everywhere, every person, every being, live with ease. Let your hands rest wherever you'd like them to be. We're going to start deepening our breath. Big breath in through the nose. Strong exhale out of the mouth. I invite you to flutter your eyes back open. Start slow, looking down perhaps, and finally you open up. Now let's come forward. We're going to get our feet back to the floor. If you haven't done that yet, get your feet back to the floor and yourself away from the backrest. So you feel yourself lift and lengthen again. Feel strong and good and right in our body. And join me now as we lift up. Inhale together. Palms come together overhead. Exhale, bow at your own heart. Inhale back up. And exhale, let's share this beautiful, peaceful energy. This energy of yoga with our community. Thanks again for joining me. Hands come to the prayer position. We bow to one another. We bow to ourselves too. Namaste, my friends. Thank you for joining me again.
Thanks, Julie.
Welcome. Let's see to turn it off. It happens. There we go.